Across the country,
let's get to solving some of the bigger organizational issues.
Our hope is that with awareness, it can speed up and it can close faster.
Powerful voices shaping a nation.
They have to really struggle to find a place where they can go get care.
This week, we're looking at issues specifically impacting women in America. We're here in Santa Fe, New Mexico. This city is considered one of the best in America when it comes to women-owned businesses.
Diversity means both men and women. We need women's perspectives, we need men's perspectives.
The stories here about the issues that could make or break an election. This is The Race. Welcome to The Race. I'm Chris Stewart, and this week we're taking a look at issues impacting women across America, from the gender pay gap to access to healthcare. We're here in Santa Fe, New Mexico. This is a place considered one of the best in the country when it comes to women-owned businesses. Building a business takes time. It's a step-by-step, day-by-day process.
I tell my customers, garments coming on sizes, but bodies coming on shapes, so I connect it.
To stitch together a living born from a vision.
The business started in 2008.
That can take years. Laura Hermosillo's journey to this shop, tucked away in a Santa Fe shopping plaza, started during a time when many might have just given up.
Between 2008 and 2010, I have several problems.
She came to the United States in 2004 with her husband and 4 children. She didn't speak English or have a job. Then, she says, she became the victim of domestic violence.
I decided to take my children with me and go out with nothing except the backpack.
She ended up without any place to live. In a homeless shelter, Laura started working to create this business, her shop, Alterations and More.
Everything you see around is new, and it's new for in the beginning my new life.
A business that's grown to multiple rooms and employs multiple people, offering alterations and selling the kind of jewelry that's a staple of the city that she now calls home.
This is a great city.
I've lived here 40 years, and I do know from reading history, back all the way to the early settling of the West, that women had to be self-sufficient.
Marie Longsteer is the head of the Santa Fe Business Incubator.
I think there's a spirit for our history of women being able to succeed in outside of the old societal expectations.
Her nonprofit helps startups get off the ground.
We see a lot more women entering into engineering, sciences, math, and so forth in colleges and universities. That's a huge step.
And steps like that are important in creating a better future. So there can be more success stories like Laura Hermosillo, who stepped past adversity to build her business, not letting fear shut her down.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. If you're good, whatever you do, if you're good, you make it good, people gonna follow you, whatever you are.
Experts say it will be 100 years before women earn the same amount of money as men. Annie Taylor has the facts on the gender pay gap.
Chris, on average, women get paid less, but our partners at PolitiFact found there's more to consider. The median salary for a man who works full-time is more than $55,000 each year, according to the 2018 census data. For women, it's about $45,000 per year. To put it in another way, a woman earns 81 cents to a man's dollar. PolitiFact found those numbers may not always be directly comparable. The census data compares all earnings without considering things like education, type of job, experience, or part-time workers and moms who stay at home with kids. Experts who measure the gender pay gap also use Bureau of Labor Statistics data because it's updated more often than census data. BLS data shows women earned 82% of what men did in the third quarter of this year. So, is there progress? Experts say the gap is shrinking, but that progress has stalled out in the last 20 years. Democrats hope reintroducing an update to the Paycheck Fairness Act will jumpstart that progress. The update would force companies to reveal what they pay across sex, race, and national origin. The House already passed a version of this, but then it got stalled out in the Senate. I'm Annie Taylor for The Race. Let's head over to Elizabeth Ruiz, who found a unique voice calling for change.
I'm Maggie.
I'm Maya.
And I'm Helen.
And we're on the Burlington girls soccer team.
These high school soccer players are more than just a team. They've become advocates for all women in achieving equal pay.
We were inspired by the U.S. Women's National Team and their lawsuit for equal pay. And just knowing that, when we're older, that could be us making less pay for equal work.
The idea of making less money than their male counterparts didn't sit well with them. So they decided to be part of the movement for change and wore #EqualPay shirts to their last game of the season. Wearing the equal pay jersey underneath their regular jerseys, the girls plan to unveil the message after getting a goal. However, not all went according to plan.
It was 0-0 until 3 minutes left to go in the game, and then I got a goal. And we were very excited, so I took my shirt all the way off and started swinging it around.
They say the action was worth it because it gave them national attention, with famous athletes like Brandy Chastain and Abby Wambach giving them a shout out.
We were all screaming, hugging each other.
They're just a small part of the growing gender pay gap movement.
I'm Kim Church's CEO of the American Association of University Women.
The American Association of University Women, or AAUW, is an organization working to advance gender equity for women and girls.
Overall, the gender pay gap is 82 cents on the dollar right now from the most recent research this fall of 2019. That means on average, full-time working women earn 82 cents on the dollar compared to men working full-time.
Churches says part of the problem is that women have been historically steered toward a certain type of career that's typically underpaid, like teaching or social work. However, she says women are still being offered less money when entering traditionally male-dominated professions. But the same can't be said when the roles are reversed.
Nursing is a great example of that. More men have been entering the nursing field, and yet there's still an 8% pay gap, meaning that once men entered, they were out-earning their female colleagues.
With more dual-income parents today and more women becoming the breadwinner of their family, Churches says there needs to be updated policies. Employers have to improve their practices, and women must feel empowered to navigate their own financial futures.
Frankly, this is not just a women's issue, it's about economic security for families.
Families that many young women hope to have.
The wage gap is supposed to close in 2048, and that is not okay. It should be now. It should have been a while ago.
The girl's story has helped to sell $110,000 worth of equal pay jerseys, with the proceeds going toward promoting women's economic equality.
1, 2, 3, VHS hurrah!
For The Race, I'm Elizabeth Ruiz reporting.
States are starting to eliminate taxes on certain women's products. Our animator Nick Refresco explaining the pink tax.
From clothes and razors to mortgages and senior care, women pay more for some products than men. The phenomenon is known as the pink tax. But it's not always an actual tax. Basically, products meant for females are more expensive than products meant for males. Over the years, studies have found women pay more for many things, including medical devices, like canes and braces, auto repair, and mortgages. But the one we hear about most, everyday products. Razors, deodorant, shampoo, all 25 cents to $1 more for women. Hair appointments, dry cleaning, it all adds up. By the time an American woman is 40, she's expected to have paid more than $40,000 in pink tax. That number shoots to an estimated $82,000 for a woman in her 60s. A few years ago, New York City found products marketed to females were 7% more expensive than those marketed to males. That included girls' clothes and toys. Personal care products were 13% more expensive for females across the board. Many states are working on that last one, reclassifying certain hygiene products as basic necessities. It's a move that makes those products tax-free.
How the Me Too movement is changing American culture, next on The Race.